All right, you've got the teal on today. It's obviously a really big week for the team, and this seems to be one that gets bigger and bigger every year in terms of how special it is for the club.
Yeah, it's obviously special to the club, and we want to keep Joe's legacy alive and well. And this is a huge opportunity for us to invest in each other, but more importantly, get the word out to not only Tasmanians but around the mainland too of the importance of checking up on yourself. And Scott and his boys are are a group that we want to make sure that we're supporting as best we can through this process. And this game is the biggest game of the year for me. All the other games are nice, but this one's big just because my family also having two people that passed away from cancer. So we're just excited to do everything we possibly can to get this game across the line, but more importantly, represent Joe's legacy in the right way.
How proud are you of a club that you've been able to build on this each and every year and make it so special, given the weight?
I mean, it goes back to just the foundational things of a family club that's doing the right thing year after year, and this is just something that will continue, I'm sure, many more years to come. So I'm proud of the club. I'm proud of the way that we've represented ourselves during this process. And again, Scott's and his family's been family to me, and so anything we can do to help them, we're definitely going to do.
Comes at a pretty good time too. Friday against the Bullets, you've got to keep winning from here, I suppose. You're looking for a repeat performance like the one you saw against New Zealand? Well,
I hope so. I mean, we are still very mindful of the bodies that we have, and we had practice today, and we were very cautious about what we have to get done because we just don't have enough people to afford another injury. And so we're very mindful of how we're processing these next 2 days to get to this game, and we'll do the best we can with who we have, and it should be an exciting night.
Is practice very much just recovery focused at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. We're recovering. We're doing 5-on-0. We're just doing maintenance things and trying to do some conditioning without a lot of contact in general. Again, we can't afford someone to just sprain an ankle or do something, and we have one or two players that are kind of on the verge of, if they were to have a hit or flare up again, that we're going to be down another player, so we have to be careful.
Bit of a danger game with the Bullets, I guess. They're not having the season that like either, but is it a banana peel game in some ways? It can slip up if you don't do the right things?
Yeah, I mean, all these games are going to be hugely important, and everyone's playing for something, regardless of where you are on the schedule. And they took care of us last time here in a buzzer beater or right at the end of the last minute of the game. And if they come with some of their healthy bodies, which we hear they might, we'll have our hands full again with them. And they have talent over there that can beat you, and they've been struggling also. And so we just have to be mindful of how we go about our business.
Just back on the teal stuff, when you do leave, when you have that stuff for a long time, that when you look back and your time in Tassie, is this going to be right at the top almost of the things you've done?
Yeah, I mean, this has been a huge honor to participate in this and work with Scott and the family. And obviously, it's been a great adventure for the franchise just in general to do the right thing across the state for people. And it will be one of the things that I'll be most proud of.
We spoke about Ben the other day. Is he going to just be a game time decision, or is he?
He's out for the rest of the year. And if we happen to get into the playoffs, then maybe we have 2 more weeks until we would play another game. That there's an outside chance that maybe the rest would do him well, but he's out for the rest of the season.
How proud have you been of guys like Josh in particular, who's been able to take on this extra load and extra weight with all of the guys out, sort of folding it around him and still put up the numbers and the performances that he has?
Yeah, we've had great stories with Nick Marshall, and just a guy that we thought was just going to play 15, 20 minutes a game and come off the bench and help us, and he's thrust into the starting role, and that's all he's been doing all year and showing up. And then Josh, just a huge guy that's been pivotal, obviously playing the 4, but now playing the 5, and then you got Majuk Dang logging 2 games in a row of over 40 minutes. So everyone's just stepping up and trying to do all they can. And again, we have to be careful about how we go about doing this. But the work is the work, and the grind is real, and we'll show up and do our best we can.
Are the guys currently playing now that might not be if you had health in other areas?
Well, I think there's obviously 4 guys that we would probably have ahead of Nick Stoddard and really Nunn and Richo and a few other guys. So if we were healthy, those guys probably would be just helping us through practice and maintaining us.
We've just heard what the teal game means to the coach. It's a really big one for him. What does it mean to you in the playing group?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, even when I joined the team 3 years ago, this has been running since the very beginning, and Scott has really, driven into us how important it is for Scott and his family and the foundation that they've created, and, how far it's come since then. So every year we get to put on the teal jersey and represent the She Foundation. It's always a privilege.
How important is it to have those sort of off-court motivations, I suppose, when you go out there and play?
Yeah, I mean, it's first and foremost, it's just such a good cause. So it's something that it's easy to get around as for the team and myself personally as well. Yeah, I mean, as a basketball player, you don't really need much extra motivation to go out there and play, but it is nice to have something like that.
How's the back, mate? You've been back for a few games now. Are you just sort of getting through, or was it okay?
Yeah, first week or two was a little bit of getting through, but this is probably the first week I've pulled up, and it's been pretty good. So travelling was a bit hard, but yeah, coming off the back of Cairns, it's actually pretty good.
The language at the time when you went down, I guess it sounded pretty bad, like almost retirement. I think some people are thinking, was that in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I mean, when I was laying there for 3 weeks, not moving very much, it was definitely crossing the mind, but just stuck through that, and then came out the other end, and have now been able to play some decent basketball, which has been good for the mental.
It's something that will come back potentially. You have to be careful with it, or is it just one of those injuries that hopefully now it's better, you'll be okay?
Yeah, I think the actual injury was an acute one, so copped a hit in practice. So it just took that 8 to 10 weeks to heal properly. And yeah, just kind of is what it is.
Have you had to expedite your recovery at all, given how banged up the rest of the team is? Are you playing a few more minutes than maybe you otherwise would if there are other healthy bodies?
I mean, we would welcome more healthy bodies, but yeah, no, I don't think so. I think kind of the trajectory has been spot on. Maybe came back a bit quicker than maybe we could have used an extra week, but it's been good.
How do you as vice captain sort of wrap your arm around some of those players that have been ruled out for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's very difficult. You don't even really. I don't know what to say with that kind of. It's a tough one for them, and we've lost so many bodies. But one thing that they've all done really well is kind of got around the playing group. The rest of us are still going, so it's a tough thing to be injured. But it's unfortunately a part of basketball and pro sports in general.
It's kind of exciting for some of the younger players though to be able to be given a bit more of an opportunity too.
Yeah, and they've done really well. We've got Brady Nunn who's come in and played some good minutes. Archie's been having a crack, so, and then Nick Stoddart's been solid for us all year, and with more opportunity, we'll see him glow.
How do you ensure that mindset remains, that you're not just sort of limping to the end of the season, that you want to keep the flame burning and go as deep as you possibly can?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're playing for a spot in the playoffs, right? And we need to make that top 6, and I think everyone's mindset is firmly on that. And and then after that, we get a little bit of a break. Hopefully, we can potentially get some bodies back. If we do, if we don't, we just roll in and we play.
Were you close to being ruled out for the rest of the season? Like, how close was that?
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, there was like surgery was an option at one point, but kind of put that to the side and just thought, if it was my last year, I didn't want to go out that way. So just to get healthy and give it a crack.
Do you want to go on again next year, mate? Is that you want to play on if you can?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely on the cards. Definitely, got to have a chat with the family and see where that's at. But for right now, yeah, I'd like to continue playing.
All right, Scott, when I guess the first teal game was held, fast forward to now, how surprised are you that this has grown into what it has become today?
Oh, look, it's incredible. Just to see, even today, I saw 2 kids with a teal jersey on, and there's a lot of enthusiasm, excitement around town, around this game, and it's become massive over that time. It's more than just basketball. It's it's about a community getting in behind a really important issue, and part of that is just creating such awareness, around these insidious diseases. So we're really excited, really proud of what's been created, and it's a big week, but it's incredibly exciting, and to see the way the Jack Jumpers have really got in behind it, the whole team, the staff, everyone is right in behind this and see the value in it, and they're seeing firsthand that this sort of stuff saves lives, and that's the really important message out of this.
When you hear the coach say it's the most important game of the year, playoffs, championships, all of that sort of stuff, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, I'm not sure of championship, but certainly for in the normal season, I've heard him say that a few times, and that really does mean a lot to us. And you can see every year that game, the players dig deep, when it's close. And I remember a few years ago, I think it was maybe the second or third game, Milton Doyle sinking a 3 to have us hit the front, and the crowd lifting, so excited about it. So, we're incredibly proud and incredibly excited about what it represents. And as I said, it's more than just basketball. These are really important messages that we need to get across for people. You know, if they've got symptoms that persist, they need to go and see their GP and keep pushing until they get the right results.
Is fundraising or getting the message across on to your both?
Oh, look, it's both. We've got this wellness centre that we're trying to build. You know, that's been challenging to get it to this point. We've built the plane while we're flying it, so to speak. But, you know, we're really excited. We're getting close, and, you know, just the sea of people that are getting in behind this, the Tasmanian community, see the value. And you know, as I've said, why is it that everywhere else in Australia there is a centre like this, but not in Tasmania? That's just appalling. Why should we be treated any differently than any other member of the country? So we're really going to keep pushing, and, you know, the awareness is great, and so is the fundraising just as much, because we want that centre to be built. Hospital precinct of Hobart, right opposite the Royal Hobart Hospital. All the key pillars are there in place. We just need that final tranche of funding to actually bring it to life.
Do you think something like this gets the momentum that it does without something like the team and Jack Jumpers providing the vehicle for it?
Oh, look, it certainly would be a lot harder. I think every year this gives us this really strong push, and it's very easy for, you know, people like me to be dismissed. But I think having the backing of the Jack Jumpers really adds value to it, and really that, you know, that strong messaging and support. You know, it's clear to everyone we're not going to go away. We're going to keep pushing until this is done, and the Jack Jumpers are right in behind us.
You seem to break the fundraising record every sort of year. Do you have a target this time around, and how many people do you hope to get on board?
Yeah, look, you know, it's sort of, I don't really want to put numbers on it, but certainly in terms of, you know, straight away the Chemist Warehouse contribution has gone through the roof. So clearly the messaging to, you know, Tasmanians see the value and want to support it. And so, you know, that dollar value we will smash this year. And that says to me that Tasmanians, you know, cancer doesn't discriminate. Could be any one of us at any given time that's dealing with this, and we want to make sure that every Tasmanian has the best possible emotional support. We've got great clinical support, but we want to make sure the emotional support is in place, and so, you know, that's critical for us.